Have you ever wondered why some people reach their 90s or even celebrate their 100th birthday while still gardening, walking every day, enjoying conversations with friends, and waking up with enthusiasm for life? At the same time, others begin struggling with serious health problems decades earlier. For years, people searched for a single secret of longevity. Was it genetics? A special food? An expensive supplement? A miracle exercise? But after decades of scientific research, one answer has become remarkably clear. There isn't one secret. Longevity is built from hundreds of small choices repeated over thousands of ordinary days. Many of those choices aren't new at all. They are habits that older generations practiced naturally, long before fitness trackers, health podcasts, and social media wellness trends existed. Interestingly, modern science is now confirming many of these timeless lessons. Today's video explores what researchers, doctors, gerontologists, nutrition scientists, and long-term population studies have learned about healthy aging and why so many traditional habits remain surprisingly powerful today. Let's begin with perhaps the biggest misconception about living a long life. Many people assume longevity is mostly determined by genetics. Genes certainly matter. They influence how susceptible we may be to certain diseases, how efficiently our bodies repair damage, and even how we respond to different lifestyles. But here's the encouraging news. Research suggests genetics explain only part of why people live exceptionally long lives. For most individuals, daily lifestyle choices play a much larger role than many realize. That means our everyday decisions, what we eat, how much we move, how well we sleep, how we manage stress, and how connected we remain to other people, can influence not only how long we live but also how healthy those years become. Scientists often distinguish between lifespan and healthspan. Lifespan is simply how many years we live. Healthspan refers to how many of those years are lived with good physical function, mental sharpness, and independence. Most people don't simply want more birthdays. They want more healthy birthdays. This difference changes everything. Instead of asking, "How can I live longer?" researchers increasingly ask, "How can people remain healthier for longer?" And that's where the wisdom of older generations becomes especially interesting. Think about daily life in many rural communities 50 or 70 years ago. People often walked instead of driving. Meals were prepared from simple ingredients. Families spent time together regularly. Neighbors knew one another. People worked with their hands. Daily routines followed natural daylight. While life certainly wasn't easier in every respect, many of these everyday patterns accidentally created environments that supported long-term health. Modern science has spent decades studying these habits. Again and again, researchers have found that many of them genuinely matter. One of the strongest examples comes from places known as the blue zones. These are regions where unusually large numbers of people live into their 90s and beyond, while maintaining relatively good health. These communities include Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, Ikaria in Greece, the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and Loma Linda in California. Although these populations differ culturally, researchers noticed striking similarities. People move naturally throughout the day. They eat mostly minimally processed foods. They maintain strong family and community relationships. They have clear reasons to get up each morning. They experience regular but manageable physical activity instead of intense exercise followed by long periods of inactivity. And they rarely rely on shortcuts promising quick health improvements. This leads us to our first timeless lesson. Never stop moving. Older generations often didn't exercise. Instead, movement was built into daily life. Walking to the market. Working in the garden. Carrying groceries. Cleaning the house. Repairing equipment. Climbing stairs. Chopping wood. Cooking from scratch. These activities kept muscles working almost continuously. Today's lifestyles are dramatically different. Many people sit for 8, 10, or even 12 hours each day. Modern research consistently links prolonged sitting with increased risks of heart disease, diabetes, reduced muscle strength, and poorer overall health. Fortunately, the solution doesn't require becoming an elite athlete. Studies repeatedly show that regular moderate activity provides enormous benefits. Walking, cycling, swimming, dancing, gardening, light strength training. Even frequent short movement breaks throughout the day appear beneficial. One fascinating discovery is that muscle health becomes increasingly important as we age. Beginning around our 30s, adults naturally lose muscle mass over time unless they actively maintain it. This process can accelerate later in life. Less muscle doesn't only mean less strength. It can affect balance, metabolism, mobility, bone health, and independence. That's why doctors increasingly encourage resistance exercises for older adults. Simple bodyweight movements, resistance bands, light dumbbells, or supervised strength programs. It's never too late to begin. Research shows that people in their 70s, 80s, and even 90s can still increase strength and improve physical function through appropriate training. Our bodies remain adaptable far longer than many people assume. Another lesson older generations understood instinctively involves food. Many grandparents rarely counted calories. Instead, they ate meals made from recognizable ingredients: vegetables, beans, whole grains, seasonal fruits, nuts, fish in coastal regions, small portions of meat, homemade soups, fermented foods in many cultures. Meals were often cooked at home rather than purchased already prepared. Modern nutrition research strongly supports many aspects of these traditional eating patterns. Diets rich in vegetables, legumes, fruits, whole grains, healthy fats, and minimally processed foods are consistently associated with better long-term health. That doesn't mean any single food guarantees longevity. No berry, no spice, no supplement, no magical drink. Instead, scientists emphasize dietary patterns rather than individual miracle ingredients. One healthy meal changes very little. Thousands of healthy meals can change quite a lot. Older generations also tended to eat more slowly. Meals were social experiences rather than rushed tasks completed while checking emails or scrolling through phones. Eating slowly gives the body's natural fullness signals more time to work. Some traditional cultures even developed customs encouraging moderation before feeling completely full. Modern studies suggest slower eating may help regulate appetite and improve digestion for many individuals. Hydration represents another surprisingly simple habit. As people age, the sensation of thirst often becomes less noticeable. This increases the risk of dehydration. Maintaining adequate fluid intake supports circulation, temperature regulation, kidney function, and overall well-being. Water remains the best choice for most people throughout the day. Let's talk about sleep. Many older generations structured life around sunrise and sunset. Artificial lighting existed, but evenings were generally darker and quieter. Today our brains encounter bright screens, constant notifications, and irregular schedules. Sleep scientists have learned that consistent, high-quality sleep supports memory, immune function, emotional regulation, hormone balance, and tissue repair. Adults don't need perfect sleep every night. But maintaining regular sleep routines appears far healthier than constantly shifting schedules. Sleep isn't wasted time. It's active maintenance for the brain and body. Another fascinating area of research involves the brain itself. For many years people believed the aging brain simply declined inevitably. The picture today is much more hopeful. Although certain changes naturally occur with age, the brain retains remarkable plasticity. That means it can continue forming new connections throughout life. Learning a language, playing music, reading, solving puzzles, having meaningful conversations, trying unfamiliar activities. These experiences challenge the brain and may help maintain cognitive function. Equally important are social interactions. Loneliness has become a major public health concern in many countries. Research consistently associates chronic social isolation with poorer health outcomes. Older generations often maintained stronger neighborhood networks, family traditions, and community involvement. People visited each other, shared meals, helped neighbors, celebrated together. These relationships weren't simply emotionally comforting. They also appeared biologically protective. Strong social connections may reduce stress, encourage healthier behaviors, and provide emotional resilience during difficult times. This brings us to another powerful lesson. Purpose matters. Many exceptionally old adults continue feeling useful. Some care for grandchildren. Others volunteer. Some maintain gardens. Others mentor younger generations. Purpose doesn't need to involve a career. It simply means having reasons to keep participating in life. Researchers studying healthy aging repeatedly find that individuals with a strong sense of meaning often experience better physical and psychological well-being. Purpose encourages movement, planning, learning, social interaction, optimism. These effects reinforce one another over time. Speaking of optimism, let's address stress. Stress itself isn't the enemy. Our bodies evolved to handle temporary stress. The real problem is chronic, unrelenting stress without adequate recovery. Many traditional lifestyles naturally included recovery periods. Evening conversations, religious practices, time outdoors, community gatherings, gardening, walking, afternoon rests in some cultures. Modern research supports many stress management techniques. Regular exercise, mindfulness, deep breathing, time in nature, strong relationships, adequate sleep, enjoyable hobbies. None eliminate life's challenges, but they help our bodies recover more effectively. Another fascinating finding concerns retirement. Contrary to popular belief, complete inactivity after retirement isn't necessarily associated with better health. Many long-lived adults continue engaging in meaningful work, not always paid work, but activities requiring responsibility and purpose. The key isn't endless labor. It's continued engagement. Having projects, responsibilities, goals, reasons to stay mentally and physically active. Now let's clear up several myths. Myth number 1. You must exercise intensely every day. Reality. Consistency usually matters more than intensity. Regular moderate activity performed over many years appears far more beneficial than occasional extreme workouts followed by inactivity. Myth number 2. Expensive supplements are essential for longevity. Reality. Most experts agree that supplements cannot replace healthy eating, regular movement, adequate sleep, and preventive healthcare. Certain individuals may benefit from specific supplements recommended by healthcare professionals, but no supplement has been proven to replace a healthy lifestyle. Myth number 3. It's too late to improve health after 60 or 70. Research strongly disagrees. People who adopt healthier habits later in life often experience measurable improvements in cardiovascular health, mobility, mood, blood pressure, diabetes management, and overall quality of life. The human body remains adaptable. Improvement may occur more gradually than in youth, but meaningful change remains possible. Another important lesson from older generations involves moderation. Many traditional cultures naturally practiced balance. Not endless restriction. Not constant indulgence. Simply moderation. Celebrations included special foods. Ordinary days remained relatively simple. Modern nutrition science continues supporting this balanced approach for most people. Let's discuss the immune system. As we age, immune function gradually changes. Scientists call part of this process immunosenescence. While aging cannot be stopped, healthy habits may help support immune function. Regular physical activity, nutritious food, quality sleep, vaccinations when appropriate, managing chronic medical conditions, avoiding smoking, limiting excessive alcohol consumption. These practical actions remain among the most effective evidence-based strategies. Smoking deserves special attention. Few lifestyle changes produce greater health benefits than avoiding tobacco. Likewise, excessive alcohol consumption increases risks for numerous diseases. Older generations who lived exceptionally long lives generally avoided heavy smoking and excessive drinking, even if cultural practices varied. Another timeless lesson is spending time outdoors. Nature encourages movement. Exposure to daylight helps regulate our internal clocks. Green spaces may reduce stress and encourage physical activity. Whether it's walking through a park, working in a garden, or simply sitting outside, regular contact with nature offers multiple health benefits. Gardening itself deserves recognition. It combines light exercise, balance, coordination, fresh air, sunlight, planning, and often social interaction. It's no coincidence that many centenarians continue tending gardens for as long as possible. Let's return briefly to metabolism. Many people believe metabolism suddenly collapses with age. The reality is more nuanced. Body composition, physical activity, hormonal changes, and muscle loss all contribute to changes over time. Maintaining muscle through resistance exercise and consuming adequate protein within a balanced diet may help support healthy metabolism throughout aging. Regular medical care also plays an important role. Older generations often relied on practical wisdom, but modern medicine has dramatically improved the prevention and treatment of many diseases. Healthy longevity isn't about choosing tradition instead of science. It's about combining the best of both. Traditional healthy habits, modern medical knowledge, preventive screenings, vaccinations, evidence-based treatments. Together they create far greater opportunities for healthy aging. Perhaps the most inspiring message comes from people who have already lived these lessons. Researchers interviewing centenarians often hear remarkably ordinary stories. They didn't chase every new health trend. They maintained routines, stayed active, valued relationships, adapted to hardship, found reasons to keep going, laughed often, kept learning, contributed to others. Their lives weren't perfect. They experienced loss, illness, disappointment, and hardship just like everyone else. But they continued moving forward. That resilience may be one of the greatest lessons of all. Healthy aging doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. Missing one workout doesn't determine your future. Neither does one unhealthy meal. What matters is the direction your habits take over months, years, and decades. Every walk, every nutritious meal, every good night's sleep, every conversation with someone you care about, every new skill you learn, every effort to reduce stress. These seemingly ordinary actions accumulate quietly. Eventually they shape the quality of your life. Perhaps that's why the greatest secret of longevity never turned out to be secret at all. It has always been hiding inside ordinary days. The older generations didn't know everything. Modern science has corrected many misconceptions from the past. But on many of the fundamentals, move regularly, eat simple nourishing foods, stay connected, keep learning, sleep well, manage stress, find purpose, avoid harmful habits, and remain engaged with life, they were remarkably close to what today's research continues to recommend. Longevity isn't built by searching for miracles. It's built by respecting the small choices that become lifelong habits. You don't need to change everything tomorrow. Choose one healthy habit today. Repeat it tomorrow. Then the next day. Year after year, those ordinary decisions may become the extraordinary foundation of a longer, healthier, and more fulfilling life. And perhaps that's the most timeless lesson our grandparents had been teaching all along.